Well, hello everyone. It's Lori Burns with the Catch a Pocket Podcast. And tonight I have Mrs. Jamie Tabor Schmidt of the Chicken Poop brand. And we talk about entrepreneurship and her life and growing up here in our fair city, Wichita, Kansas, or thereabouts, or there around. The Chicken Poop brand also has some products on their website, ilovechickenpoop.com. ilovechickenpoop.com. Kill It Dead, a viral disruptor special formula. We talk about a little bit the original Kill It Dead, but I can't wait to smell special formula. It is on sale right now for $11 on her website, ilovechickenpoop.com. You can buy the lip junk. You can buy the poo-poo glacé. You can just read about her. You can call her up and say hi. I don't know. She's a wonderful lady. I encourage you guys to buy some products from a local vendor who makes it with love and care for you, the community. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you Jamie Tabor. This is the Catch Pocket Podcast, and I'm here today with Jamie Tabor. And Jamie is the creator of Chicken Poop Lip Junk. And we're going to just discuss growing up and where she was from. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. It's a little jaunt out here, but not from your house, really.
Yeah, so. It was 11 minutes.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It takes me about 12 or 11 minutes, yeah. So, were you born here in Wichita?
I was at Wesley, like everybody else.
Oh, you listen to the podcast. Yeah, not everybody, but yeah, a great majority of them. Wesley is the one. So, did you live in town or did you live, out of town and stuff as a kid?
I grew up in Hayesville.
In Hayesville?
Uh-huh.
So, you went to school in Hayesville?
I did.
And that was like one or two schools. I don't remember. Does Hayesville have, how many elementaries do they have?
Yeah, I went to Nelson Elementary, and then when I was in the 4th grade, they broke the schools apart, and then they made like a middle school. So I went to 5th grade at Freeman.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you were there your entire, through middle school, or when did you?
Yeah, well, then my parents got divorced, and then my mom moved us to Salina. So I went to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in Catholic schools up there.
So you went with your mom to Salina?
I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to Catholic school?
Mm-hmm.
And was that a big transition for you from Hayesville?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you have to learn all the prayers?
I knew all the prayers because we went to CCD.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. I did too.
But,
I sure did.
Yeah. But I had never really opened a Bible, and so that was new to me.
So you actually, covered the Bible?
Yeah, I mean,
like some scripture class or something like that?
It was all like the apostles and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. That's cool. And you had to pick your archangel or something somewhere in there?
I don't know.
I don't either. My mom tells me about it, and she's like, my archangel is this, and I'm like, cool, It's kind of like when you pick your favorite spirit creature. That's what I feel like.
I haven't done that yet.
You don't have a spirit creature?
I think
I do. It's an elk.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so, okay, you went to Salina for high school?
No, then I moved the summer before my freshman year. I moved back to Hayesville with my dad and went through high school at campus.
Campus high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I know several people that go there. They like it. Most of them liked it. Some of them, everyone has their own opinion of things. So, but it's right there on the corner, and it's like a little town high school, all American high school. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, did you have favorite things you did there?
I took all the art classes.
You did?
Yeah, that was kind of
your thing.
Yeah.
So, when did you find your passion for art? When was your first memory of I really am enjoying this, doing this?
Well, I mean, like as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. CCD.
Okay. You were so bored. You were drawing the saints.
My parents, they started me in that when I was like 3 years old, which I really believe is way too young.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I couldn't really read or write, but I could draw. And so
Okay.
that was what I would draw pictures of whatever they'd ask me to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I got great feedback. People loved my artwork.
Oh, nice. So that always helps. The
Yeah.
encouragement, and then you feel like, wow, I feel good. I'm making these people feel good for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there, you just kind of blossomed into an aspiring artist of one kind or another.
Yeah, it was just always part of my life. And both of my parents were creative and artistic, and
Supportive.
yeah, and we were not wealthy people, and so we had to be very resourceful.
Sure.
So a lot of times we had to make our own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fun and kind of sciencey in a way, too. So it inspires that intellect and common sense and these kind of things. And that's awesome. I have that kind of family, too. So, they might not get it, but they support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
cool. So then from high school, you went on to Wichita State?
No. I went to beauty school right out of high school, Zenon International School of Hair Design.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom was a hair designer, so yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Zenon, and how was that? Was it hard?
No. I mean, in different ways, but it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I met my best friends there. They're still my best friends, Claudia and Brad Heston.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they're,
You guys pal around and still do things even today?
Yeah, well, Claudia, she's moved all over the world and has finally ended up in LA. Mm-hmm. So I just saw her.
Is that Claudia Whitley?
Whitney, yeah.
Whitney, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I know her from when she waited tables. And
my
some
gosh.
other whole friends.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That is so crazy.
She's so nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't really close with her, but she was always really fun. Whenever we'd all hang out, I always had the most fun,
Yeah, she's so funny.
Yeah, she is funny. And she is a world traveler. And she's gotten into some spiritual type of meditation, yoga maybe?
Yeah,
or something
she's
like
a
that?
yoga teacher, and she's a transformational coach.
Transformation.
Yeah, she's really amazing. She's got some online stuff that she's doing that is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I look at her pictures, and some of those are just phenomenal, like where she is. Or it might even be Tibet or something like that. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, she's
that's
been
amazing.
all over.
Yeah. So then you went to Zenon and have your best friends and have a good time. And from there, what happened?
Okay, so beauty school's like 9 months, but it seems like forever. And I started when I was 18, and then I turned 19, and then that summer, Claudia was working at the Eric Fisher salon, and I would go and they had Tuesday night class, and that's how you really learned a lot of stuff. And if you wanted a job there, you had to go to that class and then assist. And anyway, so she got a job there, and I was hanging out with Claudia a lot. And Claudia was assisting this gal who was doing a hair show, or hair photography thing at the Fish House.
Okay.
And so I went to the Fish House with Claudia.
Okay.
And that's where I met Eric.
Oh, okay. And Eric and who all got that thing together? Patrick and one other
Kent Williams and John Arnett.
John. Okay. And they all got that thing started just before then?
Yeah, earlier. This was like 1996, and
Right.
I think they started it in 91 or 90.
Oh, so they had been kind of going a little bit for 4 years or so.
Yeah.
And then And that was just like it was an artist garage studio type of, what is that, warehouse.
Yeah.
Like revitalizing an old space that wasn't even being used or something
Exactly. Yeah, it was a bunch of a vacant building that they kind of took over and
Right.
used as their gallery and workspace.
Right, because the train goes behind there, and it used to be like a real warehouse where somebody would drop off the sugar or something for town, and then they go disperse it, right?
Right.
But then
It was a broom corn warehouse.
broom corn.
And then it became a specialty supply, I think.
Oh, cool.
And then, and my dad actually had a job there when he was a teenager.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't know if it was specialty supply. I can't remember what it
Yeah.
was.
But it's kind of like what we have now, but because transportation wasn't so prevalent, it was minimized
Yeah.
into this, off the train kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and the horse and buggies probably at the beginning were taking it places and whatnot.
Right.
So, wow, that's crazy. That is so crazy. So, from there you met Eric, and then you guys got married, but you were like, he's doing art and you're doing art too, or are you doing something else at that time?
I was cutting hair
Yeah,
and
cutting hair.
stuff. And,
Yeah.
and then when I was working at a salon over in Delano, and that is where I started making stuff. I would
making
make
stuff.
like metal box purses and
Okay.
like fashion stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you were just making your own fashion stuff and doing hair and kind of in that fashion world,
Yeah.
And so you had all the just availability of that kind of information,
Yeah.
in front of you most of the time.
And
probably.
those consumers. And so I kind of developed my brand then and the
Based off of what people were telling you and what you were hearing of what they were doing and things like that, and kind of
Yeah.
watching where it
And-
was going and what you wanted as a person, like what was your perfect thing.
Yeah. So I would use like found stuff and make it apparel or a purse.
Right.
I made a lot of purses.
A lot of purses.
But that's where I came. Well, Simone Chicken Bone became my brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you found your brand. And are you still making any stuff like that? Like purses still?
I mean, I do make stuff because I get like this itch, and I'm like, I gotta make this, or I'll see something I like, and but it's just for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not making it to sell anymore.
Yeah. No.
Or you're making it for your kids, or you're making it
Right.
for your friends or something like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm sure people get sick of me giving them the stuff I make.
I don't think that's the first time I've heard that in that chair, really, because I think people do that. They're honing their craft, and while they're doing that, they're giving it to everyone around that says, "Oh, that's cool," and you're like, "Oh, take it," and then they say, "Where'd you get that?" And it kind of spreads the word about your talent or what you're doing at the time, whatever. It's like your advertisement.
Yeah.
So then, from there, is that where, from that spin-off of I'm creating stuff and I'm doing in the world of hairstyle and products and different cells like that, you're like, well, I want organic or natural stuff to put on myself. And
Yeah.
there's not enough out here.
Right. I've always been a connoisseur of products, and then I love to read ingredients and learn about ingredients. And but my friend Claudia, she had moved from here to San Francisco
Okay.
to become a makeup artist.
Oh.
And so this was like 1998, I think. And
Yeah.
so she took me into a store called Sephora, and I had
Ooh, yeah.
never been in a store like that. I didn't even know what it was, but I went in and I was like, oh my God. It was like a candy store, but makeup, and,
Yeah. It
And-
smells like so clean and
Yeah.
wonderful.
And there was a product line that had these hand-drawn roses.
Okay.
And it just looked it was really simple. And something with that product, the way that it looked, I was like, well, I could do this.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
and I just was like, I'm going to have a product line. And by the time I'm 25, I'm going to have a product line. I don't even know why I set that goal, but I set that goal. And so
it's good to set goals, I think.
I'm a firm believer in goal setting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm going to do, and if I don't do it, then I need to think of something I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So that's wonderful. That's as inspiring of a story as there is. That's the one,
Yeah.
Like, you set a goal and you work really hard and do a lot of work and study and listen and then. So during the time when you're developing this, how long did it take?
It took right around 5 years. So my first product was a hair pomade because that was really hot. That's what everyone was buying, and it seemed easy to me. I was like, oh, I could do that.
It's attainable goal.
Yeah, and so I called it Good Gravy because good gravy makes everything better.
Right,
that
sure.
was my tagline. And it was
awesome.
Pretty popular. It was real simple. Ingredients. I put it in a metal tin, and I designed the label, and it was really cool. And I remember going into, I think it was Kelly's when Matthew was on that one.
Sure.
And like Pam Terry and maybe Dakin, I was like, guys, look what I made, and they're like, oh, you're gonna be a millionaire. I mean, that was just like. And I'm like, oh, no,
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that was like really encouraging. Like, they like what it looks like. They like,
and that kind of spurred you on to do more, be more inspired.
Yeah, but the Good Gravy, people were like, we love this, but could you put it in a tube?
Oh, okay.
That was the
because they didn't like
like,
sticking their hand in it over and over or something.
So then I was like, well, I could put it in a tube, but what am I going to call it? Because I felt like Good Gravy was the best name ever.
Right.
And so...
Yeah, that's true. So you kind of you have to either rename it something else or...
Yeah, come up with a better name.
Yeah.
And somehow I decided that chicken poop was a better name.
It is catchy. Like, it does draw your attention, doesn't it? Like, did you say poop? Somebody said poop, It's funny. So chicken poop, lip junk is your main product, right?
Yeah.
And then you have now you have different flavors. Do you call it flavors or scents or something?
They're
like
flavors, I guess.
Yeah, because they're going on your lips.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. And coconut.
Yeah, mint and coconut.
Yeah, mint for the winter, coconut for the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I like them both just for that
Thanks.
reason.
I do too.
And you have outdoors, which is kind of like with the zinc in it or something like that.
Yeah, it's an SPF 30 mineral-based sunscreen.
What else do you have? Do you still have the Good Gravy?
Still have Good Gravy, and I've remarketed it.
Is it in a tube now?
It's in a tin, but now it's like a puck that you can remove.
Oh.
And I rebranded it as a solid lotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that's what they were putting in their hair to make it just kind of look slick and like...
Smooth out the flyaways.
Yeah, smooth out the flyaways. Beautifully. That's perfect. Then what else do you have?
Kill It Dead.
Oh, yeah. I have some of that somewhere. I love that stuff.
Yeah, so Kill It Dead. One day, Kirk Runstrom was, he was touring like 30 days out of the month. At that time. And
that sounds just like him.
He was staying at the fish house, and I was sitting at my desk working, and I didn't hear him come in, but I could smell him. Yeah, and he like sat down on the floor, and it was just like, whoa. And my dog at the time, Stevie, was like loving on his armpits like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It was tremendous funk, man.
Yeah. I remember him and the amount of sweat produced by one human being. I didn't realize how bad it was until he started framing houses. And he would come back and he would take off his shoes. He could wring out his socks and liquid would actually come out of them.
Wow.
I was like, you have to leave. You have to go outside. I'm going to vomit right now. I would vomit. Like, I'd start retching and like, get out. He was bad.
Yeah.
And he didn't like to wear deodorant, or they just didn't work on him, or I just really don't even know.
Yeah, he had something with his pheromones or something.
Right.
His funk was just
Right.
amazing. So I developed this product for him on the road. It's like a shower in the bottle.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
defunkifier. Yeah.
Yep. It's called Defunkifier.
Yeah.
And it's Kill It Dead. So that's awesome. And you also do some glosses.
Yeah, I have lip shimmers.
Shimmers, yeah.
La Chick Poo Poo, the fancy chicken poop.
Oh, La Chick.
And I have the colors. They're tinted with mica, so they have a little like shimmer, I guess.
Oh, shimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I love those. Those are my favorite because they make you give it a little color.
Yeah,
So,
a little
you know,
color.
Yeah.
So I named one after my daughter, Aurora, because she had the prettiest little pink lips. And so so it's Aurora Pink, and then I named one after Claudia, Claudia Mavia, and the third one is Simona Gogo.
Oh, after yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's awesome. So that's the tribe right there.
Yeah.
Claudia, you, and Aurora.
Yeah.
All right. And you've got a son. What's his name again?
West.
West, like the direction.
We named him after Matthew Walker. Matthew West Walker. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And Matthew was so charming. I just liked hanging out. He made you feel like important every time. Like I would walk in, he's like, "Oh, fabulous shirt." And I was like I have the least amount of style of all my friends, and he would always compliment me anyway. So I miss him. But okay, let's go from. So that's like all of now. You were in the chicken poop and designing that and making the brand, and but also you're still doing hair.
Not really for money.
Right.
I'll
just
do it if
family or
someone's
something?
like, "Oh, can you help me? I've got a hair emergency."
You'll do hair emergencies, but only then. So, but you're doing like Pilates and you're doing yoga and
Yeah.
and other things. What kind of other things are you doing?
Pilates, yoga, and I'm doing aerial, those hammocks.
Yeah,
that
those
are-
hammocks
yeah.
are awesome.
They are
Silk
awesome.
hammocks are so relaxing. Plus, you do like stretches with it. I see it coming out in your normal stuff because your Instagram, and you'll do poses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you were doing one near Eric's sculpture at the Wichita Library.
Oh yeah,
And that looks like a hammock pose.
you could do that in the hammock.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like you could spin around at
Yeah.
any moment. Yeah, that's cool. So you got inspired by Claudia to do this or go down this path, or maybe it was a way you guys could meet up together and do things? Or?
I think it was kind of this. I think I had taken a Pilates class back in. This is like it all kind of happened all at the same time when I started doing designing my products and stuff, and I started Pilates at that same time. And I went to visit Claudia in New York, and I was telling her how amazing Pilates was, and then like all of a sudden she's like into yoga, and so she went down the yoga path first, and
Right.
I went down the Pilates path, and then recently yoga.
Recently now for you, yoga?
Yeah.
So now you're kind of getting just started into yoga and teaching? Is
Yeah.
that what you're doing, or?
Yeah, so, well, I mean, I've been teaching for a long time.
Right.
But teaching yoga, I did my yoga teacher training 2 years ago. And
So it's fairly new for
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still fresh and you've got new ideas and are being inspired by it. It's not like old hat, I do this every day. Or does yoga even get that way?
well, not with me. I'm always, I've got like a new place in my body that's like bugging me. I play a lot of tennis.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to stay balanced and
Okay.
improve my game.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm always trying to be
Awesome.
innovative with the things
That's
I
really
do.
physical, tennis. What
It
got
really
you
is.
into that?
I was taking Aurora to practice or lessons when she was like 5. I thought that'd be a fun sport for her, and I was just watching everyone play, and it looked so fun. And so I got out of my comfort zone and said, I want to learn how to do this, and I totally sucked. And now I don't suck.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Same with me in the podcast. It's the same. It's like I started it. I have this idea. I feel like those first episodes just are bad.
Oh, no. I love them.
When I start telling stories about my life, I'm like, that's going a little too far. Delete. But that's just me. Anyway, so tennis, and you're doing it now. Is Aurora still doing it?
No.
She didn't like it anymore, or she just wanted to do something
Yeah, it really
else?
wasn't her thing. She's a swimmer.
Okay. Wow, I was never a swimmer. She's so thin to be a swimmer, but I guess if you know how to swim, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just didn't never know how to swim, and I was thin, and I would sink.
Oh, yeah. That's how Eric is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just sink to the bottom. I have to work
Yeah.
too hard.
Yeah.
I run out of air and stuff, and you're gasping, and you can't gasp. You have to be calm
Right.
in the water. Mm-hmm. So do you have a story of inspiration besides your own, of course, but something that might have triggered you or something you've heard recently?
Well, my favorite quote is, when you're green, you grow, and when you're ripe, you rot. And so it's kind of, it's how I live. I'm always learning new things, and it might just be in my nature that I have to keep learning. And so I think if people just keep learning and not get stagnant, then
Right.
that's the best thing.
Then you're always in the spirit of growth
Yeah.
instead of the spirit of death. You know,
Yeah.
like basically decay.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have any wise words of wisdom to part with and catch a pocket with someone?
And I was going to ask you, what does catch a pocket mean?
Catch a pocket is, this is beautiful. You know when you're surfing and there's a pocket of water
Yeah.
and you surf into the...
I haven't surfed, but I
Right.
can imagine
Well,
it.
I've not really surfed. I've skimmed, but I've seen people surf.
Yeah.
And they say catch a pocket. Well, then I heard musicians say I got in the pocket.
Oh.
So then I thought, you know, sometimes when you're talking, you get in the pocket with someone. A lot of times it's uplifting or spiritually fulfilling. And I thought, sometimes when you're talking to someone, or if you're listening to other two people, you see them catch a pocket together,
Okay.
to me. So then I thought, I'm going to name a podcast because that's what it's going to be. Like, we're going to talk. And sometimes I'm going to be interviewing you, but sometimes we get off on a tangent that's kind of a pocket of
Yeah.
us talking together. And it's kind of fun to listen to as a listener. I
Yeah.
hope, you know. I
Yeah.
think it is when I hear other people do it.
Yeah.
So, catch a pocket. So, yeah.
Okay, so I think that if you could make your body your hobby,
Mm-hmm.
that is something that's very important. That I work with a lot of people that are older and did not make their bodies their hobby early on, and so but they're able to make changes to help improve their health.
Right.
So
You feel better.
yeah, good posture is very important, because posture and breath are like one and the same. So if you wanna breathe, you gotta have good posture.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And your back doesn't hurt as much, or your neck, or your, you know, somewhere in your body. Whenever I work too much, I'll hunch over after a while. I'll forget. And then my shoulder will start hurting or something, you know, or my back, especially. Sitting in a chair a long time,
Yeah.
your back starts curving and you don't even realize it really
Right.
until something's hurting, and then you're like, oh, straighten up,
Right.
you know. So true. Well, I appreciate you coming and taking the time to come on out to Park City.
Thanks, Lori.
Thanks. Thanks everyone for listening tonight. I really appreciate you. Thanks, Jamie, for coming on to the show back early March. And I have a couple more in my queue for you guys. So stick around. Join us again. I'll post Jamie's websites for the chicken poop and all her Pilates stuff and anything else that I can think of on the website at the podcast. And you can just find that on the Podbean app, or you can just find it on Google or I believe Apple Podcasts. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, all those cool things. And if there's anything else I'm missing or I keep failing to give you guys, shoot me an email at catchuppocket@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to entertain you, because that's why I'm here. So the Catch a Pocket podcast was brought to you by me, Lori Burris, and thanks for the music, Kirk Renstrom and Lisa, for giving me permission. Also, thanks for everybody for your support, and you guys be careful out there. I can't wait to hug you one of these days in the future. I hope you guys catch a pocket you can be proud of. See you next time.